Toastmasters.
Morning.
Morning.
So, as John mentioned, my Pathways objective is to discuss my communication style. I am a direct communicator, and I created my own personal definition for direct communication on the screens you see around you. Tick. Now, my real objective for getting in front of you is to share some stories from my relationship with my now fiance, Zach Dunning, with you. This is a fun and exciting time, so I wanted to share with all of you. Now, Zach proposed to me in March, and we are now going to get married on May 2nd, 2020, here in Kansas City. So, woo! Okay, so I'm going to run through some stories from my relationship with Zach and pretty much let's start at how we first met. So Zach and we met at the Planet Comic Con here in Kansas City back in 2017. So I was going to the comic book convention with my friend Michael Zuck. I was dressed as Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph, and he was dressed as Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph. And as we were floating through the convention, we bumped into Zach. And Zach is a friend of Michael's, and so the three of us, we just palled around all day. It was a lot of fun. Now, I'm a packer, and I had a backpack with me, and I had anything you could possibly need, and therefore the bag was stupid heavy. And so throughout the day, Michael kept asking me, like, hey, can I carry the bag? Do you want to switch off? Share the load? And I was like, no, it's okay, we're good. At one point, I put down the bag to take a picture, and Zach just picks up the bag and starts carrying it for a good portion of the rest of the time. And Michael's just grumbling the rest of the day. It was quite fun. At the end of the day, when we're heading out to our cars, it's raining outside. And like I said, I have a utility backpack. I have everything you need in there. So I have a rain jacket and an umbrella. So Michael was covered, and so I start telling Zach, hey, take the umbrella. I'll just use the rain jacket. He's like, no, I'm okay, I'm good. So I start kind of beating him a little bit with the umbrella and chasing him a little bit. Hey, like, will you take the umbrella? I got a rain jacket. And he still refused. So anyway, so we're outside, we walk into the car. He starts to proceed to reenact singing in the rain. And sing in the rain, spin on the poles, kick up the puddles. It was good fun. It was a good first meeting. A couple weeks later, we decide to have our first date. And Zach texts me the morning of, and he tells me, hey, we can still meet, but I need to go to Grain Valley first and take care of my parents' dogs before we can actually go on our date. He said that morning, he's dog sitting for his parents, and that morning the dogs got a raccoon, they killed the raccoon, and he needed to go and give them a wash and actually take care of the raccoon body. And so he then asked me, yes, great first, great start. So then he asked me, he's like, well, you can come with me, or we can reschedule. So I tell him, I was like, all right, I'll come with you, but no, this is not a date. I'm not disposing of a dead body on a first date. So we meet up, we drive to Grain Valley, we get dinner, but I pay for my own dinner because this is not a date. And so we proceed to go to his parents' house, we take care of the raccoon, he washes the dogs, I'm playing goalie with a towel when the dogs get out to rub them dry and everything. We watch a couple episodes of Game of Thrones, alright, we're good. Now before we actually go to start our legitimate first date, I cleared up with him that first time. It is not a date if you're wearing shorts. If I'm going to go through the effort to wear something nice and put on makeup, the least you can do is wear long pants. So when we do this take two, make sure you wear long pants. So sure enough, we had a second attempt at a date, and it really didn't work out either. So, but the third attempt, you will see on the screen. We had a very nice evening. He wore pants, and we went to the Cheesecake Factory. It was very nice. So fast forward again to this March. So March 2019. It is March 8th, and Zach told me a couple of weeks ahead of time, hey, block off your calendar. Do not schedule anything for this weekend. It's all a surprise. Obviously, I'm the planner of the group, and so we needed to set this parameter or else we'd have every single weekend booked for the foreseeable future. So on March 8th, Zach came to my apartment in the evening, and he came in a suit with a dozen red roses, and he picked me up and drove me to the Cheesecake Factory where we had our first date. He had a little panda sitting in the car, and this was supposed to be a reference to the raccoon body that we disposed of. If you are familiar with Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket the Raccoon, he's also known as a trash panda. And so therefore Zach got a little panda bear to represent the raccoon. So on the way to the Cheesecake Factory, Zach also put together a playlist of songs that we exchanged throughout the relationship. So I got red roses, I got a panda, we got a playlist going on. We go to the Cheesecake Factory where we had our first date, we had a nice dinner, and then after that we went to our favorite swing dance place, and all of our friends met us there. And it was absolutely hilarious. All of our friends knew why we were there, and so they're trying to act normal, but they're really excited, and so just trying to figure out, like, they want to run up to us, but they're trying to play it cool, like, she doesn't know what's going on. So it's a really interesting time. Anyway, so Zach pulls all of us out into the atrium, and he gets down on one knee and he proposes. And I said yes. Obviously, I'm here and I have the ring and it's in the pictures. So this is where we are today. So we are now engaged, and we are looking at a wedding next year, again, May 2020. So these are just some fun and endearing stories from my relationship with Zach. We have good times together and we fit each other well. He makes me happy and I'm grateful to have him as a partner. So I'm excited for what comes next and looking forward to becoming Mrs. Dunning.